and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm David Bruce, and it's time for a little NBA basketball. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Miami Heat. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
So the tip-off, it's Miami. LeBron outside. Back to Chalmers. Wade. Pass to Chalmers. The dish to LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. On the corner. You know what? Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And Clark, as you said, the Spurs last season hitting 50 wins for the 14th consecutive season. By the way, that's an NBA record. Second closest were the Lakers with 12 straight, Steve, from 79 to 91.
Yeah, 58 wins last season for San Antonio. Greg Popovich calls it corporate knowledge, just the consistency that comes with the experience of the group. And they've been together so long, particularly that core, that I think it allows the Spurs to really kind of cruise at times during the regular season.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. Haslam dishes to LeBron. Kicks it to Haslam. Back to LeBron. From about 19 feet. Another shot. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
The Heat shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That's good from Haslam.
You know, one of the things about the Heat, since the Big Three has come together, is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
Haslam hits both of them. And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But, Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy, and that's when they're going to come up big for them.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier coming in here as a stretch four. They just found the right players and the right mix, and that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Splitter. Bosch passes to LeBron. It's Bosch with the drive. And fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, coming off a title last year, you always wonder if a team will maybe relax a little bit. They usually won't admit to it, but Chris Bosh readily said it at times that his team had a difficult time lighting that fire again.
And the first one at the line is good. Go back to what Bosh said. I think that is true for every team, Clark, that comes off a championship, but they usually don't admit it like Bosh did.
Well, you know what? Once you've won it all, there is a bit of a relief and a little malaise that may settle over you, but I've always respected Bosh's candor. He's a guy who doesn't bite his tongue, and he articulates what he feels, and I think it's impressive that they fought back to the finals once more, because that shows they eventually did recapture that fight. You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
James. They now take the lead.
I'll tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year, the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana, just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away.
And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by LeBron. Wade got his first points of the night.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Leonard kicks to Duncan. Back to Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Diaz. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, I spoke briefly with Eric Spoelstra. With the amount of titles and rings the Spurs have racked up in their careers, Coach admitted it could be a little intimidating playing against them. He said Duncan is an instant Hall of Fame guy, and that can scare teams. We have to be fearless and play just like they are any other team, any other extremely talented team. Easier said than done, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Wade. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Coach Popovich was fined last season for sitting out his top players in a nationally televised matchup against the Heat. I certainly understand the league's posture there, and it was a lot said about it. Yet, for a veteran team like the Spurs with championship aspirations, I understand resting key players during the course of the regular season.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Tim Duncan. Takes it out to Leonard. Launches a three. Rebound by Mario Chalmers.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Miami no good on that time either. And back to that fine for Popovich, $250,000. He better leave it next.
Yeah, no doubt. But, you know, Popovich enjoys tweaking the league at times. This was clearly an effort to do that. But, look, I think it's good for him to actually kind of let the league know every once in a while that if you're going to give us that kind of schedule with my older team, I'm going to sit them down once in a while.
Now, here's LeBron following the miss by Tony Parker. Chalmers against Ginobili. Battier sets the pick for LeBron. The Heat need to get a shot off. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot before second violation. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. And there's the feet to Bellinelli. To end the drought. Almost, but it rolls out. The Heat leading by 3. Cole dishes to Battier, who is outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Lewis has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Double team on Parker. Ginobili. Pass to Diaz. 46 seconds left in the first. Parker outside. He kicks to Diaz. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Heat have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Lewis defended by Bond. Allen passes to Cole. Back to Allen. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound Heat. Anthony kicks to Lewis. Battier. He's covered by Ginobili. Here's Cole from the arc. Kept alive. And it's good. Hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
A very important call here to make. Hopefully it's pretty clear cut here on the tape for the officials. But from where I sit, this is really hard to say one way or the other.
Yeah, no doubt, Clark. I mean, these are not necessarily always easy to tell, just because you have the tape in front of you.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second.
Spurs trail by 6. Connor Ginobili on the wing. Ginobili off a pick from Splitter. Jumper off the screen. Ginobili can't hit. And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And Steve, you have to think that at least 1 or 2 of them might exercise that right.
Well, you know LeBron will, because he's the most underpaid athlete probably in the history of sports. He's worth 10 times what he makes. But it's going to be interesting to see what Miami does here the next couple of years with their roster.
So it's Miami now. Manu Ginobili able to get his shot to go. Clock is at 3. Allen inside the three-point line. Jones dishes to Anthony. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, in terms of interior defenders, I mean, he's right there with the best of them. His block totals are amazing.
Yeah, he can just swallow up some shots, and you better get it around him because you're not going to get it over him. You either go through him or around him, not over top of him.
He misses the free throw.
Only 3 teams in the entire Eastern Conference had a better than 500 record against the West, and no surprise the Heat were one of those 3, and they were dominant against Western Conference opponents all year long.
And the second free throw, good. Mark, adding on to what you were saying about the Heat versus the West, they ended up 25-5. Which is incredible, Steve, given how many tough teams that are in the Western Conference.
It's amazing, Kevin. They had a better record against the West than they did against the East in terms of their winning percentage. So I think that speaks to just how motivated Miami was when they went out on the road to the West in particular to really show everybody how good they were.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, one of the most respected coaches in the league. As hard as he works, he's never took the game or himself too seriously. innovation? Here's my innovation. I drafted Tim Duncan. Okay, end of story. Guys, always a straight shooter.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. LeBron with it. Has a screen on Ginobili. Chalmers covered by Parker. Parker against Chalmers. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the block. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Manu Ginobili is really one of those electrifying all-around players. He's as fun to watch as any guy in the league. He scores, he defends, has a nose for the ball. He does everything, and usually he packs a bunch of production into short stints of playing time. He's now in his mid-30s. The question becomes for him is health. And how much longer can he go at the level he's played at throughout his career?
Here's LeBron after the main shot from Splitter. LeBron with it. Picked up by Ginobili. LeBron kicks to Bosh. From down in the low post, it goes. And the Heat lead by 2. And for Ginobili last season, his shooting percentages dipped just a little bit. Now 36 years old. He's, breaking down, it seems like on a more regular basis. Is he starting to fade in your eyes?
Sure, he is, but he's still capable of playing out of his mind on any given night. And that's what you want from a guy like that at his age. You're not going to get it every night, but can he continue to help you win games? No question, Ginobili, he showed that last year.
Now here's Parker. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Parker kicks to Splitter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
They haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
That's good.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play. A dramatic improvement for the San Antonio Spurs defensively last season, guys. Coach Pop had suggested that they might have gotten too old to be an elite defensive team anymore, but that wasn't the case. I think he challenged them a little bit, and they raised the bar of their defensive performance.
There's the bucket. Good.
The defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket. Held their opponents to a lower field goal percentage. So a great example of getting an edge from advanced stats.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Bellinelli with the 3. The Heat with the lead. Back to Chalmers. Bosh, that's the pick for Chalmers. Wade outside. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Wade's got his second best.
Guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Draw off the pick from Splitter. Green passes to Parker. Feeds to Duncan. And stolen by LeBron. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Good D by Parker.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, thank you. There was a lot of thought about how the Heat could improve after they lost to the Mavs in the 2011 NBA Finals. Many called for a veteran point guard, but the team felt comfortable with who they had. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, "We felt we strike out. They grew into that role and were a big part of their back-to-back titles. Spolstra says they earned it with their hard work, and he couldn't be happier, guys.
And thank you, Doris. Allen dishes to Buck. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drilled from 11 feet out. Bosch has got his second bucket of the night. Spurs trail by 3. There's 31 seconds left in the first half. Splitter kicks to Bellinelli. A three-pointer, no good. Well, he have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Here's Chalmers. And the Spurs making a change here. Sixteen seconds left to play in the first half. He dishes it to LeBron. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Well, last season he made good on about 3 of every 4 free throws. Almost exactly 75%.
Free throw good, LeBron. But he's making a switch here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Ginobili. Cannot hit. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter.
Until last spring when they went on that.
Spurs trail by 5. Outside, Green. He feeds it to Parker. Drops in the layup for 2. Parker's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Spurs. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
And the first one drops.
You know, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last season, guys, was that they were able to finish games strong. You think a group of vets might run out of gas, but the opposite was true with this group. They turned it up down the stretch and were one of the most productive teams in the league in terms of fourth quarter points.
Both free throws good from Wade. Well, Clark, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last year in the fourth was because they had so many options when possessions, Steve, start getting critical and the game is tight.
Well, no question. You got Parker to create off the dribble. You can always throw it into the low post to Duncan. But on top of that, you've got a roster full of guys who understand how to play the game and know how to play each other. Just the experience that this group has gained together over the years, I think allows them to execute under pressure.
Here is LeBron. 5 points in the game. Wade outside. The kick out to LeBron. A three. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. 8 points for LeBron.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that. Well, you look at LeBron James, maybe more than any other player in NBA history, he's great in a way that transcends position. Size, skill, savvy, know-how. I mean, he's got it all.
Here's Splitter. Rebound by the Heat. Haslam's got 3 rebounds now in this one. LeBron outside. Bosh, that's the pick for LeBron. He kicks it to Bosh. The pass to Chalmers. 6 on the shot clock. Chalmers off the pick from Haslam. Duncan with the block. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And the shot is good. Parker's...
Say that about both ends of the floor. I mean, there's a lot of great defensive players who could guard everybody. Scottie Pippen or Dennis Rodman. Offensively, Magic Johnson could play any position he wanted, but to be able to do so at both ends is what separates LeBron James.
Here's Chalmers following the score by Tony Parker. LeBron kicks to Wade. Back to LeBron. Quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Green passes the split.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Thiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
One is off. Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. Good on the second free throw. Heat leading by 3. LeBron outside. Bosh, that's the pick for LeBron. Off the pitch. And he comes off the screen and slides it through.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pit.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. He may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got it pretty clean.
Gets it to go. Splitter's got 7 points in the game. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes are gone. Haslam a screen on Leonard. Wade outside. Back to LeBron. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. That's 12 points for LeBron.
You know, it's not so much that the Heat score a lot of points, it's just that they score them in spurts. And it almost is a surprise when they end the possession without scoring or getting an easy shot. So good at spacing the floor and moving the ball.
Oh, here's Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Ginobili draws the double. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Parker's shot is off. The Heat leading by 5. And Clark, just as you said, the Heat just so efficient offensively. In about half their shots, they took on the year and ended up with the best shooting percentage, Steve, in the NBA.
Well, it was all about floor spacing and LeBron, Kevin. They put shooters everywhere, but LeBron and Wade would attack, and they had really good flow and movement with the ball. And I think over time now, we're giving this team 3 years now, and it's one of the best offenses in the league.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
San Antonio making a switch here. Green against Allen. 1:19 left to play in the third. Ginobili attacking. Nice D from Anderson.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Wade gets to Chalmers. Back to Wade. He's against Parker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older, when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that defenses will back off you. And that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
And he makes the first. And Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And Kevin, he led all shooting guards and player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
One thing with Wade that doesn't seem to be going away is his quickness off the dribble. He still has that devastating crossover. He may not be able to do it every night, but there are nights when he just looks like he's right in his prime.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Tony Parker. There's 49 seconds left to play in the third. Ginobili dishes to Diaw. Duncan. Leonard on the wing. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. From deep, Green. That drops. Green's got his 2nd bucket of the night. And Wade has a number of elusive moves. Clark getting into the lane. He can hit the spin, the Euro step, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
And the windmill crossover.
He's got it all. I mean, he's figured out how to get to that bucket. And I think the crossover is probably his custom move. Just as he changes direction, he swings the ball quickly over his head to the other side, avoiding the rip. And he makes it look so natural, you might think nothing of it. But youngsters around the league, go to school on that one. That's a heck of a move.
Ball's not loose. Lewis attacking. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Well, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game.
Throughout the game.
And I also like the penetration. I mean, they're getting into the paint. They're getting a lot of easy hoops from those strong drives.
Here's LeBron. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, if there was no salary cap, no max contract in the NBA, you'd have to wonder what LeBron James would command for his salary. I mean, he clearly is worth more than the maximum you can pay him because he's so far ahead of everybody else in the league in terms of talent. I think Kevin Durant is probably the only one who comes close to him in terms of a guy of that size and that ability.
And going back to the topic of max contracts, if those were higher relative to the cap, it might be harder to assemble the big three star trios we, for instance, see in Miami.
And Kevin, I think that's where we're heading with the new CBA. It's going to be more and more difficult to put three max guys together. And so teams are kind of working their way through this new CBA, trying to figure out how they're going to structure their payrolls going forward.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since halftime, is that right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
The Heat making a switch here. Wade's checked in. Wade against Green. Makes the lead pass. And it's slammed in by Splitter. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Wade with it. Now Green defending. Bosch passes to LeBron. LeBron gets the screen from Bosch. The drive by LeBron. Clock at 6. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Chalmers. 10 points for Dwayne Wade.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yep, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Parker with it. Now defended by Mario Chalmers. Back to Parker. Dishes it to lane. He passes to Duncan. Kicks to Splitter. And there's the second dunk to finish it off.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir. That may put a little life back into this team.
And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. Haslam a screen on Leonard. LeBron.
And this sort of awesome pump is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Leading by 13. The drive by LeBron. And that one is stuck right through.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk.
I can feel that.
Send your message.
Yes, sir. A message and put it on the highlight reel for later.
Splitter kicks to Ginobili. 6 to shoot. Leonard, Parker outside for the 3. Chris Bosch with the rebound. Bosch has got his 4th rebound in this one.
That'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed any second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Wade against Ginobili. Rebound, San Antonio.
That's his comfort zone. So defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
You know, you look at Ginobili, and he's slender and doesn't scream athleticism, but he is nimble, and nobody in the league is more of a contortionist going to the basket than Manu.
Free throw good from Ginobili. Both free throws good from Ginobili. And so here is Miami. Throws it up high. Again, it's LeBron James. LeBron's got 15 points in just the second half. Amount of Ginobili, Clark, as you mentioned, an unconventional driver. Left-hander that throws guys off.
Yeah, it's kind of a herky-jerky type maneuver, but, you know, it's that sidestep. We call it the Europe.
Allen in for Mario Chalmers. And here are the Heat now. 13-point lead. LeBron kicks to Wade. Shot clock at 6. Wade gets a screen from Hazard. Wade drives in. Change shot. Here's Bosch. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. And the Heat lead by 15. Wade against Parker. And it's D. Wade with the rebound. Hey, Clark, you mentioned the penetration ability of Tony Parker. He really has become the focal point of the Spurs drive and kick offense, Steve. So fun to watch.
Yeah, you talk about his speed and quickness, but it's really all about the overall skill level, the ability to finish it in the lane, the knockdown jump shooting, the free throw shooting also improved. It's incredible how well-rounded Parker has become.
Is he the fastest point guard, you think, in the NBA?
I would say yes.
Here's Allen. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
One of the great shooters in the history of the game. I mean, Ray Allen is just amazing with that deep range, incredible accuracy, and he can also put the ball on the deck a little bit once or twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers we've had in the game for a long time.
And he's rehearsed that motion for so long. It's automatic. I mean, it's something he can do in his sleep. He doesn't even think about the situation or the defender. He eyes his target and lets it fly.
LeBron drives in. Can't cash in from close range.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
It just has not been a viable option for them this quarter.
Back to Allen. Takes a 3. Again, Allen missing.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Diao comes in for Tim Duncan. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bellinelli in for Manu Ginobili. Here's Cole. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
Outside, the dish to Cole. Outside, Jones. And so